I want y'all to know it's like 3:37 in the morning that I'm recording this. But I was gonna make a video talking about the recent thing that's been going on while Black Myth Wukong has been captivating my mind. And I came across a video that Asmongold did. He did a reaction of, and it's very telling. It also adds on to the video that I wanted to make, because me and my roommate Urban Ninja have been talking about this for months. Before all of this stuff happened with the whole Concord and Dustborn bullshit, the reason why people, including me, including him, are choosing to go back to playing old games from like the early 2000s because we're sick of this shit. And I think this is something that we could all agree on. We could all, talk about everything like that. So this video in question is by, I hope I spell this right, or say this right, Angelic Katosh. Why I only play old games. All right. So she made this video. I will put the original video in the link in the description down below. Please go watch it for yourselves and listen to her, hear her out, because she made some good points. I didn't watch it all the way, but we're going to be doing that now. So, without further ado, let's do that. We're going to do that right now.
I just want to, or even, because I do, like, all the time.
It has been a long time. We're already pausing. It has been a long time since I wanted to play World of Warcraft. And I ain't even talking about the World of Warcraft they like promoting today. I'm talking about the World of Warcraft that like I wanted to play when South Park made an episode about it. I wanted to play that World of Warcraft for real. Yeah, the very first one. Yeah, the very first one. I always wanted to, dive back into that, but my computer was so messed up back then. I kept lagging and stuff. Man. But I still enjoyed it. Let's continue.
Truth is, I haven't been excited about a new release for a very long time. The
Right.
last new game that I was really anticipating would have been like Outlast Trials or the anniversary edition of Beyond Good and Evil, a game which came out in 2003, by the way. And even that I was anticipating with caution because, it is Ubisoft and nobody wants to see their favorite game. When I have spare time, when I want to chill and just immerse myself in a different world, I go for games that are like 20 years old or somewhere around that.
I feel you.
If you've watched my channel at all, you will know that I'm somebody that appreciates the finer details in games. I really love worlds that feel alive, eccentric characters, cozy environments. I like beautiful things like art, and of course, my favorite, I like clothing and accessories.
Okay.
More and more I'm finding that modern games have nothing to offer me, and I do want to preface this by saying that this is strictly my opinion, but you would think.
See, here's the thing about that. It stops being only your opinion when everybody else agrees with you. Because I agree with you. Listen, there's a reason why y'all seen me made a video or two talking about .hack. It's because I went back and got these. This one I had gotten from Master Zen. As you can see, this literally came from him because of the whole thing right there. This one I found on eBay. Found that, made sure it was completely intact, and as you can see, it is the real deal. I'm still on Dot Hack Infection, and I'm enjoy. When I first played it, I was playing that ish all the way till 4 o'clock in the morning, dude. Now, the only reason why I haven't been playing it now is because I've been playing other stuff. I've been playing Black Myth Wukong, as y'all can see. I have been playing other games because I got tired of playing these up and coming games and getting disappointed. Got tired of it. It's been a long time since I played a game, an up and coming game that I've been excited to play, and it did not disappoint me. Like I said, Black Myth Wukong. I love that game. But this game, though, this is something that I would love to go back to, and I would love to stream it. And I don't even care if I gotta do it separately. I will play this separately and share it with you guys. I will do it in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat.
With the technology that we have now, all of those things that I mentioned earlier could be improved upon tenfold. But alas, we are given bland worlds, sometimes a lecture in politics, and the erasure of femininity in gaming. The last point in particular is...
Wait, go back? Go back, wait a minute. Huh? Okay, so Real Sakurai isn't a fan on I think this is The Last of Us. This is supposed to be The Last of Us. How do we go from that to that? And you know what? It's the same thing. It's the same John Brown scenario, I think, that happened with PS4 Spider-Man and them changing his face. I don't understand why we have to do that. I don't understand. I never understood that. What was the point in that? What was even the point in that?
Femininity in gaming. The last point in particular is something that I, as a female gamer, really hate to see, because in the industry's attempt to become more inclusive and conscious of the issues that women deal with when it comes to depictions in media, they've actually gone and made femininity inherently evil and sexualized.
Yeah.
Different companies' actions were being shown that beauty and beautiful women have no space in modern gaming, that they're just too much. Aside from that, their portrayal of what it means to be a strong woman suggests that we need to be able to physically overpower our male opponents. The greatest example of this for me is Abby from...
And everyone it's crazy that everyone hated that version of that Lord of the Rings show. Everyone hated it. Everyone that loved Lord of the Rings just literally exiled that crap. And because it's crazy, because how do you overpower a bunch of guards in armor? How do you do that? And what is the point of this? Like, what is the point of this either? There's nothing uncensored about this. Nothing about this is bad. But this is supposed...
Aside from that, their portrayal of what it means to be a strong woman...
This is ridiculous.
...to be able to physically overpower our male opponents. The greatest example of this for me is Abby from The Last of Us 2, who is...
Oh, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. Like I said, I'm not a fan of The Last of Us. But this right there, when I saw it the first time... What is the whole thing with every woman looking like a Karen? What is that? What is that? What even is that? And why is it every time somebody says that there is a problem with every woman trying to be a muscle mommy in entertainment, somebody gets offended? This is unnecessary. It's one thing to be Rhea Ripley. It's one thing to be Jade Cargill. It's another thing to be whatever the hell this is.
relatable female protagonist I've seen in like any game ever. She's also said to be extremely unlikable from the start for what she does to our beloved Joel. The game tries its best to make you sympathize with her by telling you her part of the story, but the combination of her unrealistic build and her actions throughout the game just make me resent her. And yes, it is an unrealistic build. I'm sorry, but we are in a post-apocalyptic world. Even if she did have access to like top of the line gym.
No, yeah, it's ridiculous.
I doubt that they could ration enough greens and protein for her meal prep to allow her enough time to even get close to that physique. You would need some post-apocalyptic steroids, which sets an unhealthy standard, by the way, to make it. But no,
Yeah?
the industry thinks I'm an idiot because I'm supposed to say, oh, great, a strong woman, because there's nothing other than huge muscular arms that could mean a strong. Going back to an old game, I'll compare Abby to Jade from Beyond Good and Evil. Now, this game originally came out in 2003, and the protagonist is actually more of a tomboy, but she's still very charming, and the game encourages you to find ways other than physical fighting to progress. It has great stealth, she's brave, she wants to expose her government for their evil doings, just a very likable character and someone that you could root for. She looks pretty, and
I was getting ready to say, I was about to say that. There's a difference. There is a difference though. Look at her. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. Even though she's a tomboy. Tomboys can be beautiful, y'all. I don't understand where Western entertainment is having this notion that every woman that has a tomboyish look has to look like a boy. She's a tomboy, but she looks like a girl. That is a woman. A feminine woman. You don't need to look like like you take male like estrogen pills to look strong. Look at her bone structure, bro. Like, and this is a game that came out in the early 2000s, and I like that. I love that. I gotta find a way to play that.
Somehow is in no way sexualized. Weird that they could do that, right? Speaking of unlikable characters, let's talk about Concord. Aside from the fact that none of the characters are appealing in any way,
none of them.
I do mean male or female.
None of them.
They're also just poorly designed. There is no personality to them, no depth, nothing that would inspire me to, I don't know, want to cosplay them, for example. And I mean, half of them look like they're a ripoff of something that already exists.
It's because they are. And she just made the comparisons. It's because they are. They are a complete ripoff of what these characters are. A ripoff of Guardians of the Galaxy mixed with Overwatch. It's just it's everyone's saying it. My roommate said it. It's a gay Overwatch. It's supposed to be a gay Overwatch. And why do I say this? Because because things are getting so bad. They took the LGBTQ hashtag off of everything that they've been posting about this freaking game. You heard me right. This is supposed to be a Overwatch for the alphabet people. That's what it is. That's what it is. And if you say that I'm wrong, you're capping. If you say that I'm wrong, you're literally not looking at this. You're really not. You're really not seeing the issue with this. 8 years in development for this. Hold on, go back. Hold on. Go back. Like this shit is crazy. This shit is just crazy. You got a freaking Kivak looking robot that apparently has pronouns. You got whatever the hell this is. I don't know any woman that has a physique like that. And these characters are supposed to match minorities and how they look. I have not seen one woman with this face, and I know she's a black woman. I have not seen one black woman that looks anything in the physique like that. Not even Jade Cargill looks like this. Not even her. And then you got this. Well, I guess he's supposed to be what like a ripoff of some jock that everyone's supposed to hate. And then there was that, but then there's this. Like, why? Why? And you can tell that she's supposed to be a non-binary something with this hair, and I'm gonna let her continue.
Nothing that would inspire me to, I don't know, want to cosplay them, for example. And I mean, half of them look like they're a ripoff of something that already exists. Sindel from Mortal Kombat has certainly seen better days. You compare these to heroes from other hero shooters, even the free-to-play ones, and you can see that there's a massive difference. Like, these are beloved characters, people have cosplayed these, you know, they're memorable, people that haven't even played the games know who they are and would likely know them by name. Whereas Concord's heroes are at best like 800 V-Bucks Fortnite skins. And you know what? Even Fortnite skins have more personality than what they've created here. We know by now that when something like this gets any sort of criticism, the industry will tell you that it doesn't matter because it's the opinion of straight men.
Now read this. It has given power to toxic subculture of straight white male gamers who feel the industry is theirs and they only should be to, while attempts to include LGBT plus female or BAME representation are often seen as agenda-driven attempts to oust them altogether. Here's the thing about that, you dumb son of a bitch. And I'm cursing because I'm sick of this. I've heard so much crap from these game developers who think it's not only just them complaining about this crap, but they're accommodating minorities like us. I am a black man, okay? I'm gonna say that right now. She is a woman. This woman that I'm reacting to is a woman. A feminine woman. I am a straight black male. My roommate is a straight black male. My friends are all black. We are all minorities. We do not want this. Okay? You are not doing anything for us. You are not representing us in any kind of way. And you're not representing my sister. She doesn't care about this. And she's bisexual. You're not she doesn't care about this, dude. In any form of entertainment, none of us care about this. You're not doing any favors for us. So I wish y'all would quit with this whole stuff saying it is only straight white males. It's only white male gamers. It's only like white shills. I'm not white, dog. I'm complaining about it, and there's many more of us that is tired of this.
So it doesn't count. Which, by the way, great job ignoring and vilifying like a huge chunk of your audience.
Exactly.
When I as a woman express my opinions and say that I don't like it, I explain the issues that I have with it, I will be told that I'm just being a pick-me girl, pandering to the men that don't like it. A dragon break. You're telling me straight up that a woman is incapable of coming to that conclusion on her own without men telling her that that is the way. You know what they call that? So yeah, instead of arguing with you and getting called a talentless...
Yeah, they call them incels. They call them incels. Hold on, what she say? What this person say? Hey, I really don't care. It's a huge labor from A lot of people, insanely talented people making it. Oh yeah, this one. Everyone's been talking about this. Why would I care about a bunch of talentless freaks hating on it? I'm sure having fun playing it, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Here's the thing, dog. And I'm a I'm gonna show y'all something, because I have been just recording this. I've literally been just slowly but surely looking at this when I can. Been telling this to my friends and everything. Okay? Hold on, I'm about to show y'all something. Here's what your talentless freaks have to say about this, dog. Here's what we talentless freaks have to say about this. Your stupid game, your gay agenda, woke agenda, Overwatch game is dead. You can play it until your socks come off, bro. You failed. Whereas, hold on, and I'm gonna say it again. And it's only because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. It's only because then people went to sleep. It was this number 10 hours ago. Reason why do I say that? It's because I looked at it 10 hours ago. It was this, and it stayed that number. But even then, this is how many people are playing it right now. That's how many people are playing that, dog. So, let it be known that you have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Let it be known that us talentless freaks know that we want a good game. We deserve a good game. We deserve a game that's going to have us play till 4 o'clock in the morning. If we're not playing a game, if we're not playing your game until 4 o'clock in the morning, it's trash. Yeah, I said it. If I'm not captivated with your game, I don't care. And you clearly do, because you wanted our money. Let's get back to this.
Actual quote from Concord developer, "I'm just gonna go and create a new Minecraft world." So as I have said, beautiful women in gaming seem to be an absolute no.
Oh my god.
And we see this in the new Star Wars Outlaws.
Yes. Yeah.
Literally went out of their way to
look at her face. And you know what's crazy? I watched Asbin play this. Gave this a 7. Gave this game a 7. This game deserves a 2. A freaking 2. I'ma say it again. I have not seen any woman with this face, with those kind of eyes. Never in my life. What even is that? How did we go from Star Killer to this? How did we go from Ahsoka, from Rebels, to Attack of the Clones to this? How did we get there? And that's another reason why I just threw that Jedi Fallen Order crap in the trash. I forgot I still had that thing. And it's trash now. I don't even want to play that. Because I'd rather play The Force Unleashed.
Diminish this character's looks, especially when you compare her to her face model. Like, they really did her dirty.
Wait,
And
wait, 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 wait. Ho. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So you're telling me you got that from that? She looks nothing like that. The original face model looks nothing like that. How do you... Man, Bumper 2. This game is just a 1. It's a 1. A 1.
their attempt to make this character less attractive, I actually think that they made her look not human. People don't look like that.
No, they
of course,
don't.
The game is currently receiving backlash for a lot of other things, mainly how it feels so unfinished and broken. But aside from how she looks, it's also the fact that developers are held to these quotas at all. So they were, quote, pushing for a black or female lead in a Star Wars game. Now, what this
Oh my god.
is that the character and the story don't matter as much as their identities. This is why
Huh?
they're getting well written and actually strong female leads.
Wait a minute, go back. I'm sorry. She's cooking right now. Wait a minute. To have a full Star Wars game telling a story with a female lead is long overdue. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? There was a point in development Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order where devs were pushing for a black female or... Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I know. That's why I threw that shit in the trash. And the black woman in there, like, there's more story about her than the freaking dude that's being portrayed. The main character in that game. There's more about that black woman in that game than that dude. That is nuts. Only to be told no because Rey was the lead of the sequel trilogy. This bizarre reasoning that Star Wars can only have one female lead character at a time led to creation of Cal Kestis, yet another male character. Oh my god. I hate this. And they talking about her being a female Han Solo. If I saw the person that made this crap, even though I don't even care about Star Wars no more, I would spit in their face.
A Star Wars game. Now, what this tells me is that the character and the story don't matter as much as their identity.
Yeah.
This is why we're no longer getting well-written and actually interesting, strong female leads in games. Women have become a box that needs to be checked. We can sort of see this in the kind of criticism that games that go against the current are receiving as well, like Black Myth Wukong. An issue that some reviewer had was that they didn't come across any female characters in the beginning of the game. Now, there are female characters in Wukong, but...
I'm gonna let her cook for a second. I let her cook for a second, but I need you to look at this. I'm not even on this chapter yet. I need to get back into Wukong today. Look at these women. Do these women look any type of unattractive to you? No. They're beautiful women. And you gotta fight them. Look at these women. Look at them. They look exactly like their face models too. Exactly like their face models. China didn't have to change, and you know what? I'm so glad that they did not bend the knee to Sweet Baby Inc. of changing anything. Thank you for not. You got us playing your game until 4 o'clock in the morning, man. Straight up.
If you don't meet them straight away, that is bad for some reason. We're not letting developers tell a story how they want to tell it, how it's meant to be told. We need to dictate how they're telling these stories so that they'll fit our standards.
Fit the narrative, yeah.
24 years ago, Diablo 2 came out. Now this was years before we had any of these new ideas and standards. The game's opening act centers around the women who were forced to leave their monastery because of the Demon Queen and Dark. These women are warriors themselves, or rogues, perfectly capable of holding their own, but they do seek the hero's help, which can be male or female depending on your class, as they are being overrun by their the first mini-boss is a callback to one of the main classes in Diablo 1. Then we have the Countess, which is a really clever historical reference to Elizabeth Bathory, or one of the most prolific female serial killers of all time. Now, this fits the world perfectly, and above all, it's just great for Act 1. Finally, you face my favorite boss in the game, Andariel, the Maiden of Anguish. I go back to Diablo 2 all the time because it feels like you're actually part of like a really dark and interesting story. None of it feels forced. The characters don't appear to have been added for the sake of any quotas or checked boxes, and it's all very natural and organic. I know in the past there were of course games that had, say, over-the-top depictions with female characters, and an example that is often brought up is Mortal Kombat 9. But the thing about this is, everything in Mortal Kombat was historically over the top. Like, we're talking literally pulling someone's spine out or feeding them.
No, like seriously, from day one, Mortal Kombat has always been over the top. It's always been over the top. And it should never stop being over the top. So anyone talking about, Mortal Kombat being too much, you obviously weren't there when it first started. You obviously weren't. Because even back then with these models, Mortal Kombat, yeah. Oh yeah.
Leading back to them. I don't know, I made that one up, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was real. Like, a whole rating system had to be created because of these games. So really, I don't know if I would see it as like a valid complaint. Like, it's there, I get it, but also it is what it is. However, in the modern industry, we're sort of going in the complete opposite direction, and it's honestly doing more harm than good.
You're right.
And this is coming from a female gamer who is supposedly the audience for these new games. I would much rather watch paint dry than pay for this shit. Or level a warrior to 60 in WoW Classic, which
I would much rather, and I'm gonna say this right now, I would much rather play every PlayStation 2 game that I have in my room right now than that. I would much rather pay $100 and something to play Budokai Tenkaichi. Yeah, go all the way back to playing that than this crap. I would much rather stream right now and eat Chinese food and enjoy myself immensely, right? Then play this. I would much rather go back to playing Pokemon Red and Blue than this. I will do anything else than play this, bro. Shoot, I'll play Link to the Past. I got no problem playing Link to the Past. I will play Link to the Past 3 times over. Then play that. And spend anything on that. $60 plus tax, because you know it's plus tax. So $60 for the digital deluxe version, dude? Are we serious? No. It's not even worth $40, bro. It's not even worth that.
or level a warrior to 60 in WoW Classic, which is effectively the same thing. The main content on my channel has been centered around Elder Scrolls games, mainly Morrowind and Oblivion, which are both almost 2 decades old. And in 2024, I was able to grow a channel from 0 to where we are now, because I am not the only person who is so stuck on these old games. I've gone over my personal feelings and reasons why I feel like modern gaming has just forgotten about people like me, supposedly including me more, but different people have different reasons for sticking to the beloved classics. A recent controversy, which most of you have probably heard of, was the showcase of an Assassin's Creed game that is based in Japan. We have
Oh,
Japanese
yeah.
gamers coming out and saying that they don't get it. It's offensive. There's a petition out there to cancel the release of this game in Japan. Why? Because the game's protagonist is a foreigner that gets to whoop Japanese people up and down the block. Tell me why, in Assassin's Creed 2, we have an Italian protagonist in Italy. We have a Native American guy in America in Assassin's Creed 3. We have a French protagonist in France. Why could we not have a Japanese protagonist in Japan?
Exactly. Why could we not have that? Why did it have to be exactly the same thing that I brought up a few minutes ago, talking about representation, trying to represent us? None of us black gamers, black folk, none of us black gamers asked for this. None of us. Because one, you did this just to create a message, a bottom line for the agenda, right? Then you butcher the history of this character. If you are going to make a game based around this character, this person, you need to get the history right. If you are going to make a video game based around this character, you cannot add your own bullshit in it and make this character that's supposed to represent your bottom line, your woke agenda, do what they have him do in this game. And I kid you not, when this game comes out, it's gonna drop and flop just like Concord, just like Dustborn. It's gonna flop. I'm not kidding. I'm not gonna want to play this game. Probably some people are gonna want to play it just to see how dumb it is. I'm not playing a game that made this only because you want to create a message, not because you wanted to make a good game. You wanted to make something that would represent me. I don't want this. I'll play Digimon Cyber Sleuth than this. I'll play any of the Digimon story games for 14 hours straight than this.
Gamers don't relate to this at all, and some of them have even highlighted other inaccuracies in the game which are disrespectful to their culture and their country. Shows a huge lack of research from the developer side, but I guess their opinion doesn't matter because probably a straight man told them to think that way. I feel like it's a real shame that there's this awkwardness, or it can be seen as controversial to express these opinions, because if we're not going to get to talk about this, we are forever going to continue having this huge rift between gamers and developers. Many failed projects in the future, lots of people losing their jobs over failed projects. This brings me to the Elder Scrolls 6. I'm at a point where I don't know if I even want them to go there anymore, because by today's standards, there is just so much that could go wrong. A few months ago, I came across this really spicy hot take that said this.
Skyrim, the game by Bethesda, is a pro-colonization narrative and is racist.
Now, I did a full response to that, so I will leave it in the description of this video if you want to see that, but in short, I said the depiction does not equal endorsement. I'm seeing that we're starting to have a real problem with media literacy, like it's non-existent. So just because a particular topic is discussed in any piece of media, it is suddenly endorsed, it is shown as a good thing, according to these people. This girl gave many examples of depictions of racism in Skyrim, like where you can see the Nords ganging up on a dark elf in Windhelm and harassing her, referring to her race as the Greyskins, which is
Bruh, I'ma say this right now. Racist against who? Racist against who? You know the one thing I don't like? White people, certain white people saying something is racist and thinking that we're offended by it. Like I said before in this video, I'm a black man. Why would I be offended by this? It's a video game. I know about Skyrim, bro. I don't care what depiction the people are in the game. I'm worried about the game. I'm worried about the story. I'm worried about whether or not it's interesting or not. Is it worth my time? I don't care about it being racist. If I cared about something being racist, I would play Dustborn. But I'm not even gonna begin to touch that slop. If you're not a gamer, shut your mouth. Just shut your mouth. If you're a person that all you do is play 2K and Sims all freaking day long, stop. Stop, please. You're giving me a headache. For the love of God.
At a slur. But lest we forget, ladies and gentlemen, that the Dark Elves of Morrowind are not too fond of Outlanders themselves, or Enwas, as they call them. You see, Skyrim is an already incredibly diluted game when it comes to heavy and difficult topics compared to its predecessors. Like, I'm pretty sure that regardless of your race in the game, you may see slight dialogue differences, but you'll still have equal opportunities for progression throughout the game. It doesn't really change your journey much, whereas in Morrowind, based on your race, you actually have a different disposition with different races. So, I guess you can call that racism built into the game, but it's just a realistic depiction of how different peoples would react to Outlanders in their homeland. Not only that, Morrowind deals with the very heavy topic of slavery. The player, while having the option to free slaves, can just as easily not help, and in some cases make things. Skyrim, there really isn't an action that you can take that compares to that. In fact, the way in which these racist encounters are presented are meant to make you feel sorry for the person being harassed and not the other way around. Though if Skyrim, as I've said, is already a more diluted version of events and is still causing such a stir with these people, what can we expect from the next installment of the Elder Scrolls? Because unfortunately, these are the kind of people that are being listened to. Should we expect anything? Aren't we better off just replaying?
They're the kind of people that are being listened to, and they're not even gamers. And that's the thing that pisses me off and pisses my roommate off, Urban Ninja. Why are you listening to them and they're not even buying your product? You're listening to those people, they're not your consumers. They're not buying your product. When the game drops, they're not going to be there at the store buying it. So what are you doing? Why are y'all shooting yourselves in the foot like that?
Oblivion for the billionth time instead of expecting like a complex and interesting story to come out of the next game. I'm also worried about the incessant attempts at monetization after you've already purchased a game, or if you're paying some sort of subscription. How are they going to implement their store into the game? I don't know about anyone else, but when I go into a game and I scroll to a page in the title screen where I'm seeing euro signs everywhere, it just takes me out of it. Not to mention how some companies just take it way too far, like Blizzard's greed in adding the level 60 boost to TBC Classic ruined TBC for me and for
Oh,
many
wow.
others. Now, I know Elder Scrolls 6 isn't going to be an MMO, but they will likely try to continue monetizing the game long after you've purchased it, and I don't mean overpriced DLC. If the next Elder Scrolls game is just gonna give our beloved franchise a bad name, honestly, I'd rather not have it at all. Keep it a mystery and I'll just keep playing my old games. And that's it. This is me coming back after 2 months with my boomer takes. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I do apologize.
I did. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, bro. Like, you know something. During it was another video that was talking about Concord, and it was a game developer. I might make a video reaction to that, because he explains that while some criticisms have been a little bit too much, and that it's important, but it's still important to have your voice be heard, and grievances be heard. He made a comment saying that if we keep going about this the way we are, the Western gaming industry is going to die. And Asmon Gold, who's been talking about this since all of this how all this crap has been going on, basically said that that is the entire point. And I could not agree with him more. I could not agree with him more. We are not going to keep funding y'all our money, and y'all keep doing this. Listening to these people who are not your consumers, trying to make us feel bad for not being interested in your game, passing up ideas that could have been really good, like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro working together in a crossover video game for a live service game that's going to be trash. We're tired. We're tired. Doing everything, like you just said, possibly available to make an online video game be so transactional. The only way to get through it is if you gotta buy stuff. If you gotta pull out your wallet, pull out your credit card, put your numbers in, and get the best stuff so that way you can enjoy the game. We've had enough. We've had enough. This isn't about talentless hacks complaining about something they're not buying. This is about gamers realizing what y'all passed up for this bullshit and getting sick of it and pissed off. Because we don't want this. We weren't asking for this. Y'all censoring stuff that didn't need to be censored, and then making a video game that is so freaking woke. It's ugly. It looks so boring, I have to go to the bathroom. So much so where people are literally playing this out for torture. Playing Dustborn 7 hours for torture. Just so that everyone else doesn't have to play it. Playing stuff like Star Wars Outlaws and realizing how buggy and ugly it is. So bad that word is going out that y'all pushed your own employees to play Concord on launch to make it seem like it's doing numbers. And that's the whole reason why it even got to the thousands in the first place. Excuse me? I'm what? So, with that being said, let me tell y'all, and I was gonna keep this a secret, but we got a lot of old games coming to. Well, actually, not even old games, but games that I've been looking forward to coming in the recent months. First off, we will be playing Quidditch Champions on Tuesday. We will be doing that. At some point in time, we will be finishing Black Myth Wukong, and then after that, we will be playing Sonic. Primarily Sonic Adventure. And then after that, we're going to be playing Tales of the Shire. Because I'm a fan of the Lord of the Rings. And I've always wanted to have my own Shire. We're not touching any DEI games. Any of them. Any of these so-called AAA games that look like crap. No. No. God willing, if Sweet Baby Inc gets a hold of freaking GTA 6, people are gonna get really pissed. And I ain't wishing bad juju on that at all. I know how much people want GTA 6 right now. If they get a hold of that and make it look ugly, people gonna have they're gonna have a rude awakening for them. This has been Master Sakurai. Let me know in the comments down below what y'all thought about this. As you can see, I'm getting bubble guts already, just and headache, just listening to the information that she was talking about. Not because she was doing anything wrong, but just the utter audacity. It makes me sick to my stomach. It just makes me sick to my stomach, dude. I'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good day. Peace.